And the right fielder is a freshman, Jason Dukes. Well, Cloud misses again, and it's a full count. Bulldog pitching staff has put up some great numbers through their first 7 games of the season. First the 3-2. Call strike 3, inside edge. And Skipper thought it was ball 4. But it touched some inside black below the letters. So 1 down. And for Brock, who 3 other times in his career went 4 1/3 as a starter, pitching no-hit ball, but never got the no-hitter. In fact, the Bulldogs did not win any of those games. And by the way, he's handling a grounder now, but he bobbled it, but he has times, and he throws to first base for the out. And that's a 3 up and 3 down for Trey Cloud in his first start of his junior season. Going to the bottom of the first inning, you're listening to the Bulldogs and Coffee in a scoreless game on Y101. Brock Harrison hitting .350 on the season with a .519 on-base percentage. Swings at the first pitch, hits it sky high in the air. Over Street and the center fielder Corson going back to the fence. It's going to bounce off the bottom of the fence, and Brock Harrison has hit a double, his 3rd of the season. And as a Bulldog, he has hit 19 in his career with 2 strikes. 2-1 pitch, hit in the air to left field, bouncing in for a base hit. Brock Harrison is held up at 3rd by the Bulldogs head coach Derek James on that hard hit ball. And Sokol is in double digits with hits already. He's got 10. When I started working on the 2-strike count thing, I thought, well, Bryce DeLoach has done a good job this season, and sure enough, his number is excellent. 4 for 11 with 2 strikes with 2 walks. That's a .364 average as he fouls off a pitch into Booster Stadium. Because normally at the big league level, when you get 2 strikes on you, you're less than a 200 hitter. So 0-2 on DeLoach. Nothing happening on base for the Bulldogs as he swings and hits it to the shortstop, Gruska. He'll field it, fire to second, and the ball gets away. A run scores. Now the right fielder kicks the ball. Rocket actually boots it into the infield, and there are runners on the corners on the error. 1-0 pitch. Hits it in the air to right field. Rocket coming in, makes the catch, runner at 3rd, tagging. Here's a throw all the way to the dish, but it didn't make it. Catcher Abels caught it in front of the plate, and a run scores. Bulldogs lead 2-0 as Dalton Lynn drives in his 7th run of the season with a backside swing to right field. Trying to drive in a 3rd run. Swings and misses. The ball gets away. Abels fumbles, picking it up, throws high to first, safe there, and a run scores. If Abels picks that ball up cleanly, all he has to do is make the throw down to first. But he was stabbing at it with his hand, and he couldn't pick it up cleanly. And by the time he did, he had to rush his throw. And the Bulldogs lead 3-0 on a second error here in the first inning by the Trojans. Brandon's pitch popped up in the air. Cole Graham gets rid of the mask. He's in foul territory, now drifting into fair territory to make a difficult catch, just crossing the line as that ball had some of that spin on it. But he grabbed it, and the Dogs finally get that 3rd out. But Coffee scores 6, and that was set up by 4 Bulldog walks and a hit batsman. And Westlot had a big hit, and there were a Bulldog error mixed in as well. So Coffee scores 6 to double up on the Bulldogs. They're now leading the Dogs 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the second. And take a break. You're listening to Dog Baseball on Y101. Although he's 0 for 1, he flied out into the right center field gap, and Brady Corson reached out and I think robbed him of an extra base hit. First pitch is outside of the zone, 1-0. There's a ball hit right up the middle, base hit. Good swing by Chandler. He's 1 for 2. This season, we've been talking about Dogs and how they've handled 2-strike situations. He's 1 for 8 with a walk. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Dogs. They trail 7-3, bottom half of the 3rd. Here's a pitch, and it hit him. Ooh, that was coming right in at him. That'll bring in a run. He's okay. I don't know where it hit him, maybe the shoulder. Chandler Lynn scores 7-4. Dalton Lynn coming into this game 4 for 8 in 2-strike situations. That's 500. That's incredible. That's what he is right now. First time up, he hit a 1-0. And he swings and hits this ball well to left field. Back goes Overstreet. It's over his head, bouncing to the fence. The Dogs are running. And they score 1. They're going to score 2. Here comes the throw. They got 2 coming to the dish, and they're going to tag out one of them for the first out. Bryce DeLoach is tagged out. Foster Jones came in and scored just second or 2 before he got to the plate. And the Dogs score 2 on the play and make it 7-6. Hampton comes set. Here's a pitch. Hits it left side by the third baseman. Shortstop can't get it either, and a run scores. Another great job on 2 strikes by a Bulldog hitter. Slapped it by the drawn-in infield. An RBI, and that ties the ball game. There's a one-hopper to Brock Harrison. He'll flip it over to Dalton Lynn at second, and yeah, Cole Graham gets that third out with no damage. Just a 2-out single by Lake Abels. And we're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning and a 7-all ball game. You're listening to the Dogs and Coffee on the home of the Bulldogs, Y101. Full count. What do you see the big hook here? Here's a pitch. It's a fastball hit up in the air. Corson going back on the run to the fence. It's over his head. Bulldogs score 2. Harrison running down to second with his second double of the game. His 4th of the season. He has put the Bulldogs up 9-7. Told you could hit it anywhere. Hit it deep to center field. You got to hit it 360 or so to get it over. 0-1 curveballs hit right side into right field, bouncing for a base hit. That scores 1 Trojan, and now the Trojans tied up as a second touches home. We got a 9-9 ball game. Leadoff guy singles in 2 with a backside swing. Bases loaded, 1 down. Here's a pitch. Hit on the ground to Harris, a chance for 2. Feels a nice hop, throws to Lynn. He'll whip it over to first base, and a Bulldog double play. 6-4-3. Runner sliding in. Thought he was scoring. I thought the field umpire called him out. Didn't he?
3 out.
That should be the 3rd out. Bulldogs are now walking to their dugout, and Coffee still has that runner at first, thinking they scored, and a guy at the plate. Lake Abels thinks it's time to swing the stick. But it's definitely the 3rd out if the Bulldogs turn to double play. Tied at 9, top of the 6th. 2-2. Curveball, swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Dukes. He'll toss it down to first. High, Gordy catches it and steps on the bag. Had to jump a little. Ends early in the season. It's like a pattern. Grounder to Brock Harrison. Feels it cleanly from the belt. Throws to first. A little low, but Gordy catches the ball cleanly. It didn't hit the dirt. 2 down. What the Yellow Jackets are doing and the Redskins coming up. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Cole Graham has a fantastic, easy top half of the 6th to keep the score tied. 9-9 in non-region baseball from Jackie Jones. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball on Y101. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The ball gets away. Dukes will throw it down to Gordy. Perfect toss. 1 down. 0-2. Again, check swing. Got him. Back-to-back strikeouts. 0-1. Hit up high in the air. Who can get to it? Dalton Lynn on the run. Near the line. Catches it in foul territory for out number 3. That was the second baseman's ball. It would have been a tough catch for Gordy. And Dalton caught that thing. Big out, leaving the runner at second. And now we head to the bottom of the 7th at a 9-9 game on Y101. Cole delivers. Hit in the air, into left field, hit deep, rolling into foul territory. That score is 1. Musselman throws it in toward the infield to DeLoach. That'll be a double by Lake Abels. And an RBI to put Coffee on top, 10-9. and still runners on second and third with nobody out. Used to be the Raging Cajuns, they still are. Curveball's hit up high into the air to right field. Jones on the run, coming in, makes the catch, runner at third. Fakes the go. Now they got a runner between second and third. Dogs have a chance to get it out at second. Here's a throw. They don't. Runner coming home. Here's a tag by Dukes. They got him. Double play. At Southwestern Louisiana Lafayette. Here's a ball hit into the air to left field. Chase Musselman going back on the run, reaching up, and he dropped the ball, and a run scores. Trying to make an over-the-shoulder catch. Guess that'll be a double and an RBI. And Coffey's on top, 11-9. 2-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. That's out number 3. But Coffey gets busy here in an extra inning and scores 2 in the top of the 8th to take an 11-9 lead over the Bulldogs, who will come back and try to tie it up again in the bottom of the frame. You're listening to an exciting Bulldog baseball game on Y101. 2-0 pitch. But I guess they don't field a baseball team. That missed, 3-0. All right, here's another dog with a chance to reach. And the pitch is ball 4. So Chase earns a walk. And here's Alex Gordy re-entering and hitting. Musselman with his lead off first. Not going anywhere. Here's the pitch. High and inside. On deck is Chandler Lynn, and I've told you throughout the game how productive the top of the order has been this evening. The Dogs have scored in every inning in which they've hit all the way through. 2-1. Ball's lined into center field. It drops in for a base hit. Gordy with a big hit with 2 down on a 2-1 pitch. And now the Bulldogs have 2 on base for Chandler Lynn. That was our theme tonight, how Dogs have done with 2 strike counts. He's only had 1 tonight. He struck out. A second chance in that situation. 0-2. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss, it gets away. Chandler's running down to first. No throw, and the bases are loaded. It doesn't matter how you get out of this situation. Just get on and set the table for Brock Harrison. And he's hit 2 doubles tonight. A double in the first and a big 2-run double in the fourth. He's been on base 2 other times, reaching on an E6 and hit by a pitch. He's 2 for 3. Table set. Bases juiced. 2 down. Dogs down 11-9, bottom of the 8th. Here's a pitch. It missed high and inside. Those are the Coffee fans making the noise on that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the senior. 2 outs, bases juiced. Here's a pitch. Swings and hits it. Bouncing to the shortstop. Takes a bad hop. And the ball's going to bounce to the ground. And Chase Musselman scores. And now the Dogs are down by 1. And the bases are still loaded. Might be scored an error. Tough hop there for the shortstop. Gruska coming in. And Cole Graham is coming to the plate. Dogs need now just 1 to tie the ball game up. It's 11-10 Coffee.
Let's go, babe.
So there's a little pressure on everybody here. And the 2-1 pitch to Graham. Low and away. Ball 3.
Hey, your pitch, baby, your pitch.
So the 3-1 for Graham, but the 3-1 for Amerson. Bases juiced, 2 down. Here it is. Hit him! That ties the game. Graham hit by a pitch for the second time. We are tied 11-all. The bases are still loaded. For Bryce DeLoach. And out comes Coach Cy Jones, a former Georgia Southern Eagle and Lubbock Cricket. And it looks like he's going to make a change here as the Bulldogs have come back again to tie it. The battling Dogs have done this with 2 down. DeLoach has a chance to be a Bulldog hero. 11-11. And before the first pitch, Spivey wants to talk to Lake Abels, the catcher. Fourth pitcher used by Cy Jones, who in his senior season was a real good hitter for the Georgia Southern Eagles back in the 90s.
Let's go, Tim.
So right-hander versus right-hander, and Spivey comes set. First pitch to Deloach is high and inside. Well, the Bulldogs make him throw a couple of pitches just to see if he has any control in this situation. Umpire is pointing down toward the Bulldog dugout. I think he wants the Dogs to move behind the fence. Most of them seem to be. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Way off the plate, bouncing up in the air. Runner breaking in from third, and he scores, and the Dogs win. Chandler Lynn scores the game winner, and the Bulldogs come back in the bottom half of the 8th inning and scoring a wild pitch. That was the right guy to have at third, of course, because he's got great speed, and he broke into the dish, and the Dogs win a wild one. The final score, Toombs County 12 and Coffee 11. And unlike in 2009 when the Dogs won down there and lost here, these Bulldogs 10 years later sweep Big School Coffee 10-3 and 12-11. Congratulations to Derek James and the Dogs for battling all night long and winning a non-region game to go 5-3. We'll take a break. You've been listening to Bulldog Baseball on Y101.